Subscribe to my channel for more inspiring stories like this. The message arrived on Tuesday morning, just 2 days prior to Thanksgiving, as I was going over the holiday shift roster for my restaurant company, Thompson Culinary Holdings. Jennifer, we've chosen to limit Thanksgiving to family members only this year. Make other plans for your meal. The booking at Bella is reserved solely for the actual family. Mom, I gazed at the text briefly, then accessed our booking platform and looked up Thompson. Sure enough, there it was. Thompson Group of 12 for Thursday at 4 p.m. Exclusive dining area booked in Mom's name. Deluxe Thanksgiving feast, matched wines, floral arrangements, the complete festive setup. My mom had left me out of the family Thanksgiving gathering, yet scheduled the event at one of my own establishments. The irony was staggering. I phoned my head manager at Bella's, Marcus, who'd been overseeing the place for 3 years. Good morning, Jennifer. All set for our peak day of the season. Marcus, I have to talk about the Thompson booking for Thursday. Sure thing. Group of 12, exclusive dining space. They opted for our top-tier holiday bundle. Mrs. Thompson appeared thrilled when she reserved it. Mentioned it would be an ideal family get-together. I require you to terminate that booking. Terminate it? Jennifer, it's Tuesday. Thanksgiving is only 2 days away. I'm aware of the schedule, Marcus. Jennifer, this is close to a $3,000 reservation. The ingredients are already purchased. The exclusive dining area is prepared. The team is scheduled. Marcus, I'll handle any non-refundable expenses, but I insist the Thompson booking be terminated right away. Can I inquire why? Is there an issue with the payment, or is it personal? Kindly contact Mrs. Thompson and notify her that Bella cannot host their group anymore. Jennifer, securing a spot for 12 on Thanksgiving Day will be almost impossible for them. I'm confident they'll manage somehow. After ending the call, I strolled to my office window that looked out over the primary dining area of Bella's. The place was alive with pre-holiday preparations. My employees were operating smoothly to gear up for one of our most hectic days annually. My relatives had no clue that their dismissed daughter possessed the ideal location for their family-exclusive festivity. Thompson Culinary Holdings had expanded from one lone food truck 8 years back to a collection of 7 eateries and 2 catering operations. Bella stood as my premier venue, a high-end Italian spot that had garnered 3 Michelin stars and acted as the pinnacle of my food empire. Yet to my kin, I was merely Jennifer who tinkered with food trucks and never committed to a proper profession. The household relationships were intricate. My elder sibling, Michael, was a prosperous attorney. My junior sister, Ashley, was wed with 2 children and employed as a nurse. They embodied conventional achievement that my parents could boast about to their acquaintances. I embodied the family outlier, the offspring who abandoned law school to launch a food truck, the one who labored on weekends and holidays, the one who was 31, unattached, and appeared to favor commerce over family occasions. What they failed to grasp was that I'd created something remarkable. Thompson Culinary Holdings hired more than 200 individuals, produced $12 million in yearly income, and had turned me from a law school quitter into one of the metropolis's top restaurant proprietors. But that triumph involved trade-offs. I toiled most holidays since eateries thrive during them. I skipped family functions because my crew required guidance in busy periods, and evidently those concessions had stripped me of my seat at the family feast. My phone buzzed 30 minutes afterward. Marcus, Jennifer, I reached out to Mrs. Thompson to revoke the booking. How did she respond? She wasn't happy. She insisted on talking to the proprietor. Wanted to understand the reason for the last-minute revocation. What did you say to her? That the proprietor had a timetable clash necessitating the exclusive dining space for a different obligation. Good. She inquired if we could fit them in the main area as an alternative, and I informed her we're fully reserved for Thanksgiving, which is accurate. Perfect. She was rather distressed. Mentioned something about this spoiling their ideal family holiday. I'm certain she was distressed. Jennifer, may I inquire why you're revoking on your own relatives? Marcus knew me sufficiently to pose straightforward queries. He'd been with the firm for 3 years and had witnessed me labor every significant holiday. Marcus, they disinvited me from the family Thanksgiving since they desired it for family alone. But you are family, evidently not the appropriate type of family. I understand. And they aren't aware you possess Bella. They know I operate in eateries. They don't know I possess eateries. Jennifer, that's bound to be a fascinating discussion when they discover it. If they discover it. An hour afterward, my phone began vibrating with texts from assorted relatives. Ashley, Jen, Mom informed me regarding Thanksgiving. Are you alright? Would you like to join us at our place instead? Michael, learned about the family meal issue. Mom stated she wishes to keep it uncomplicated this year. Dad, Jennifer, your mother is anxious over holiday arrangements. Don't interpret the Thanksgiving matter personally. I noticed it intriguing how all were attempting to mitigate Mom's family-exclusive statement. They all recognized it was harsh, but nobody was prepared to confront her choice outright. Then arrived the call I'd anticipated. Jennifer, something dreadful has occurred. Hi, Mom. What's the matter? The eatery revoked our Thanksgiving booking 2 days before Thanksgiving. Oh no, that's terrible. Which eatery? Bella's. We had an excellent booking for 12, exclusive dining space, and they simply phoned and revoked it. Did they provide a rationale? Some absurdity about a timetable conflict? Jennifer, we have your Uncle Robert arriving by plane from Denver. Your cousin Mary traveling by car from Phoenix. Everyone is attending for this meal. That does seem tense, Mom. Jennifer, you operate in eateries. Do you know anybody who could have openings for Thanksgiving supper? Somewhere upscale. The irony was nearly too flawless to fathom. The lady who had recently barred me from family Thanksgiving was now seeking my assistance in locating an eatery. I could know some folks in the field. Mom, what sort of venue were you seeking? Something refined. We aim to demonstrate to the family how prosperous we are. Uncle Robert is constantly boasting about his thriving offspring, and we desired our meal at an impressive spot. Impressive? Yes, Bella's was ideal. It's that 3-star establishment in the city center. Very selective. We were thrilled to inform everyone we were eating there. I see. And you wish to display to everyone how prosperous our family is. Precisely. Jennifer, can you place some calls? Perhaps someone knows someone who can assist us. Mom, may I pose a question? Of course, dear. When you opted to restrict Thanksgiving to family only, what did you intend by that? There was a hesitation. Jennifer, we simply wanted to maintain simplicity. But I'm family, Mom. Naturally you are, darling. We figured you might be overly occupied with work to relish a family meal. Overly occupied, or not prosperous enough. Jennifer, what are you implying? I imply you wish to dazzle Uncle Robert with the family's prosperity. Did you believe my presence would damage that portrayal? Jennifer, that's not the issue. What is the issue, Mom? It's about Jennifer. You labor so extensively. You skip numerous family occasions. We figured perhaps you'd be more at ease pursuing your own activities. My own activities? Yes. And truthfully, Jennifer, Uncle Robert is always discussing Michael Jr.'s legal practice and Mary's medical training. We figured it might be simpler if the family letdown wasn't present. Jennifer, you're not a letdown. But I'm not dazzling enough for Uncle Robert. That's not what I intended. Mom, what do you believe I do professionally? You operate in eateries. You have that food truck enterprise. What else? What do you mean, what else? I mean, what do you think my food truck enterprise entails? I don't know, Jennifer. You prepare food. You vend it? It's not truly something I comprehend. Have you ever requested me to clarify it? Jennifer, why are these inquiries relevant now? I need aid locating an eatery. Mom, I'll check what I can accomplish. Let me place some calls. After disconnecting, I remained in my office contemplating the circumstance. My mother had barred me from family Thanksgiving due to shame over my profession, then unwittingly reserved the event at my eatery, then contacted me for assistance when the reservation was revoked. The depths of irony were nearly overwhelming to digest. I phoned Marcus again. Marcus, has Mrs. Thompson contacted back? 3 times. She's becoming more frantic. She asked if we knew of other high-end eateries that might have sudden availability. What did you inform her? that most similar venues reserve Thanksgiving far ahead. But I could supply her a roster of spots worth contacting. And Jennifer, she began weeping, stated this was meant to be an ideal family event and now it's destroyed. Weeping, she mentioned her brother is traveling from afar, especially because she boasted about dining at Bella's. Said she'll be mortified if they wind up at some franchise eatery. Despite all, I experienced a twinge of compassion. Mom wasn't malevolent, merely superficial and concerned with appearances. She'd made an unkind choice about barring me, but she was truly anguished over the repercussions. Marcus, what would you say to proposing them a settlement? What sort of settlement? They can regain their booking, but with altered conditions. What alterations? They can utilize the exclusive dining space, but the group size expands to 13 individuals. 13 individuals. Yes, I'll be attending. Jennifer, are you certain about this? After they disinvited you, Marcus, I believe it's time my relatives grasp something about the eatery industry. What's that? That their offspring, who dabbles with food trucks, truly understands her craft. I contacted Mom again. Jennifer, please say you've located something. Mom, I have positive news and negative news. Share it. The positive is that I may be able to restore your Bella's booking. Truly? Oh, Jennifer, you're a savior. How? I know an individual with sway over the administration. Jennifer, you're wonderful. What's the negative? The negative is that the booking includes a stipulation. What stipulation? The group size must be 13 rather than 12. 13. Who would the additional person be? Me, Mom. There was quiet on the line. Jennifer. Mom. The individual who can restore your booking wants me incorporated in the supper. The individual who can restore our booking? Yes. Jennifer, who do you know at Bella's? I know the proprietor. You know the proprietor of Bella's? I do. Jennifer, how do you know the proprietor of a 3-star eatery? Mom, that's an excellent query. How do you suppose I know the proprietor? I don't know. Via your food truck enterprise. In a manner, yes. Jennifer, what are you withholding from me? Mom, what if I revealed that my food truck enterprise evolved into something larger? How much larger? What if I revealed that I possess 7 eateries now? 7 eateries? 7 eateries, 2 catering firms, and over 200 staff members. Jennifer, are you earnest? I'm earnest, Mom. But you quit law school. You began with a food truck, and I developed it into a dining empire. Jennifer, are you stating that you're prosperous? I'm stating that I'm highly prosperous. How prosperous, Mom? Thompson Culinary Holdings earned $12 million last year. $12 million. $12 million. Jennifer Thompson Culinary Holdings. Yes. Jennifer, are you indicating that you possess Bella's? I'm indicating that Thompson Culinary Holdings possesses Bella's, and I possess Thompson Culinary Holdings. The ensuing silence was deep. Mom, are you there? Jennifer, you possess the eatery where we placed our booking. I possess the eatery where you placed your booking to commemorate with family only. Oh my God. I possess the eatery where you aim to dazzle Uncle Robert with our family's prosperity while omitting the most prosperous family member. Jennifer, I possess the eatery you contacted me sobbing about, requesting my help to find a substitute because you required an impressive venue for your ideal family event. Jennifer, I had no notion. Of course you didn't, Mom, because you've never inquired about what my enterprise really entails. Jennifer, I'm so apologetic. Mom, are you apologetic for wounding my emotions or for discovering I'm more prosperous than you thought? Both. Jennifer, both. Which is more significant to you? Jennifer, that's not just. Mom, it's a straightforward query. Are you more troubled about barring your daughter or about barring your most prosperous daughter? She remained silent for a lengthy period. Jennifer, I'm most troubled about barring my daughter. Are you? Yes, Jennifer. Success isn't relevant. You're my offspring. Then why did you bar me from family Thanksgiving? Because I was ashamed. Ashamed of what? Of the reality that you lack a conventional profession. Of the reality that you're unmarried. Of the reality that Uncle Robert would pose questions about why you're distinct. Distinct. Jennifer, I believed you were having difficulties. I believed your food truck endeavor was merely, I believed you were scarcely managing, and that ashamed you. Yes, Mom, would you have been ashamed if you'd known I was valued at $12 million? No. So, your shame stemmed from my supposed lack of prosperity, not my true personality? Jennifer, Mom, do you comprehend what that reveals about your values? Jennifer, I was mistaken, utterly mistaken. About what? About everything? About your profession? About your prosperity? About barring you from Thanksgiving? And what altered your perspective? Learning how prosperous you are. So, if I hadn't been prosperous, it would have been acceptable to bar me. No, that's not my intent. What is your intent, Mom? I intend that I ought to have been proud of you irrespective of your prosperity degree. Ought to have been. I am proud of you, Jennifer. I'm extraordinarily proud of you. Are you proud of me or proud of my finances? Mom began sobbing. Jennifer, I'm proud of you for constructing something incredible, but I'm ashamed of myself for not recognizing it earlier. Why didn't you recognize it earlier? Because I formed presumptions. Because I believed success appeared one way. And when your route seemed different, I presumed you were faltering. And now I recognize that you're the most prosperous individual in our family. And I nearly barred you from our festivity. Mom, here's what will occur. Okay, you're going to regain your Bella's booking. The complete group of 13, including me. Jennifer, thank you immensely. But Mom, there are stipulations. Anything. First, when Uncle Robert inquires about my profession, you're going to inform him that I possess 7 eateries and manage a $12 million firm. I will. Second, you're going to inform him that you're proud of me for constructing something from scratch. I am proud of you. Third, you're never going to bar me from family occasions again because you're ashamed of my non-traditional route. Never, Jennifer. I vow. And fourth, you're going to begin posing questions about my work because you're curious about my existence, not because you wish to boast about my prosperity. I will, Jennifer. I desire to comprehend what you've constructed. Good. Because your daughter, who dabbles with food trucks, actually hires more individuals than Michael and Ashley together. Thursday came, and Thanksgiving supper at Bella's was all Mom had anticipated. The exclusive dining space was sophisticated, the cuisine was outstanding, and Uncle Robert was suitably dazzled. But the finest aspect was observing Mom present me to kin. This is Jennifer, my youngest offspring. She possesses Thompson Culinary Holdings. They possess this eatery and 6 more. She constructed the entire firm from a lone food truck. I'm extraordinarily proud of her. Uncle Robert appeared dazzled. Jennifer, this is a significant achievement. How long did it require to construct all this? 8 years. Uncle Robert began with 1 food truck and expanded it gradually. That's impressive business acumen. Your parents must have backed your vision from the outset. I glanced at Mom, who had the decency to appear ashamed. Actually, Uncle Robert, my family didn't fully grasp what I was constructing until lately. They believed I was merely tinkering with food. Well, evidently you were accomplishing far more than tinkering. Yes, I was. But it required time for them to perceive it. Mom gripped my hand beneath the table. During the sweet course, she drew me aside. Jennifer, may I pose a question? Sure, Mom. Why did you restore the booking? After all I said, after barring you, why did you assist me? Because despite all, you're my mother and I love you. Even though I deemed your profession shameful. Mom, you deemed my profession shameful because you didn't comprehend it. That's unawareness, not spite. And the moral is that success manifests in various ways. Just because someone's journey appears different doesn't signify they're not thriving. Jennifer, I feel as if I don't know you whatsoever. You don't, Mom. But now you have the opportunity to become acquainted with me. I desire to. Jennifer, will you instruct me about the eatery industry? I'd be delighted to. 6 months afterward, Mom had turned into one of my strongest advocates. She began assisting at our yearly charity supper for disadvantaged households. She gained knowledge about earnings margins, personnel issues, and the intricacies of managing several sites. But most crucially, she gained to value her daughter for her essence, not merely her achievements. The Thanksgiving supper at Bella's turned into family folklore, not solely due to the cuisine, but because it was the day Mom discovered that her faltering daughter was in fact the most accomplished individual at the table. And I discovered that occasionally the optimal method to demonstrate your value to others is to provide them precisely what they believe they desire and allow them to uncover what they truly require. The eatery industry imparted many teachings about hospitality, excellence, and patron contentment. But my family imparted the paramount teaching of all, that genuine success is being cherished for your identity, not merely your possessions. Mom still boasts about dining at Bella's that Thanksgiving, but now she boasts about the reality that her daughter possesses it, and more crucially, that she nearly forfeited celebrating with the most achieved family member. Success isn't solely about erecting a commercial domain. Sometimes it's about instructing the individuals you cherish to perceive you accurately and granting them the opportunity to become superior kin than previously. The booking at Bella's evolved beyond a mere Thanksgiving supper. It evolved into the instant my family learned to value non-conventional triumph.